Hey, what is up, lovelies? It's Lynn the Gacha Goblin, and am I the only one who's feeling a little nervous about the branch story being released on the 30th? It's only a few days away, and honestly, I feel like I need to prepare for it to come out. So, I have thought of a few different ways that I'm going to prepare for the branch story, and I would like to share it with you, lovelies, if you would like to, I guess, follow along. I don't really know if this is going to be like the best way of preparing, but it's something that I'm going to do.
I'll
Um,
be there soon.
so Alright, now, of course, I put Zayne in his Dawnbreaker outfit. He already had the earrings and the glasses on, so I kept those. I like
It's
him with
basic etiquette to look at the other
earrings.
person while talking.
But I am
It's
going
basic
to be
etiquette to look at the
preparing
other person
for
while talking.
Dawnbreaker, or at least the new story that's going to come out, prologue to tomorrow. Alright, so I'm going to read, the anecdotes again for Zayne. Going to go through all of these again, just a little refresher of what happens in each of these to understand like what fully is available like right now, like what we already know. Then I will be experiencing again nostalgic sweetness and a frozen promise. That's the bond stories that are unlocked when the bond is increased. And then I will again experience Snow's Embrace. And if you do have Towers of Secrets, I highly recommend that you experience this because this is where we are introduced to like the Foreseer and the idea that there were dreams that he's been experiencing or like past lives that he's experiencing. So definitely Tower of Secrets is something that I'm going to experience again before the 30th. Snow's Embrace could be there's like one section that I can think of that could relate to this whole idea. And I think that's like in the middle of this myth. So I would experience this again. Another thing I would go through is probably secret times. I don't really know if this is more important in re-experiencing because there are some of these, like this one, that kind of feels like it would relate to the Foreseer. There's also Forest Breeze. I think this one is more related to the secondary myth that Zayne has. Um, but I will be, just overall just experiencing Zayne's story all over again, kind of falling in love with him again. Um, and then tender moments. I'm going to pick which ones I'm going to experience because not all of these are really relevant to the what you call it, to the overall lore of Zayne. Some of these are just like super fun, but I want to experience these again, just for fun, honestly, and to see if I can pick up on any like tidbits of lore. As for the main story, I don't know if it's worth going through like the main story again. I have gone through the main story a few times already, just to, try to clarify different things. If I were to go through the main story, I would do like the first meeting with Zayne at the hospital. Anything with Zayne in it is where I would really focus on. I think I'll also probably go over where, like chapter 4. I would go over chapter 4. If you know what happens in chapter 4, if you've already experienced it, you would know why I would go through this again. Because there's a point here where we learn something about Zayne and the MC's grandmother. So, that is important. As for the world underneath, I'll probably skim through it. Like, Longing Flame is, I think, related to Zayne. I'm not quite sure. So I will skim through these again just to like refresh on all the lore that I already know and lore that are like little tidbits here and there. So it's very important, I believe, to just understand the background before jumping into the story. especially since this is our first branch story. Because we don't know what's gonna be in this. We don't know how long it's gonna be. I don't have my hopes up that it's going to be more than 2 chapters, because that's what we got for long-awaited Revelry. And I wouldn't be surprised if we also got 2 chapters for the prologue to tomorrow. Yeah, that I think is pretty much my rundown of what I'm going to do. Basically, I'm just gonna experience Zayne all over again. I don't know if I'm going to really pay attention to all of these individual memories here, because not all of these are related to him in any way. I think, to like the Foreseer or Dawnbreaker, so I won't be jumping into these. Maybe Snowy Serenity, because he has, like, you know, there's a moment there where he does lose control of his evil. Unfortunately, I don't have Heart Within Reach or Medical Rescue or Drunken Intimacy, so I can't really comment on those. The only one that I feel like might have something would be Medical Rescue. I could watch them on YouTube. I know I could, but I'm hoping and praying for rerun banners here, and if we do get a rerun banner, I still want to be able to pull for these and 100% Zayne's memories. That's just a silly little hope of mine, but definitely Tower of Secrets is going to be one of my #1 things that I'm going to re-experience for Zayne. Because I experienced that like months ago, and I want to get a refresher on that because there's a lot of lore that happens in there. And again, there are some secret times that are related to the Foreseer that I want to experience again. But that is pretty much it. I can't really think of anything else that would really be relevant to the overall story for what we're going to be experiencing in the prologue to tomorrow. So if anybody else has like tidbits or anything to share in terms of like Zayne's lore, what you would do to prepare for the next little update that we're getting on the main story, let me know down in the comments below. This is going to be our very first experience doing this, so it's very, very exciting, especially for veteran players, because this is the first time that we're actually getting a customized story for one of the original love interests. So very exciting, very scared and nervous. I feel like it's going to be very gut-wrenching and heartbreaking. So if anything, prepare by reading all of these anecdotes, experiencing Zayne all over again, but also prepare a lot of tissues and ice cream in the refrigerator, because this might be very detrimental to our mental health. Okay, mental and emotional health. Yeah. Again, leave a comment down below. What are you lovelies going to do? And thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like down below. And if you want to join the Goblin family, hit that subscribe button. I cover Love in Deepspace as my main game, and other gacha games as well. And thank you again. I am Lynn, the Gacha Goblin, and I will see you lovelies in the next video. Actually, I will see you lovelies when Zayne's branch story is released. Alright, bye-bye now.